Why do some black men only date white women?
I feel like that's just a thing of self-hatred, not gonna lie. There's
so many black men date and marry outside of their race for a social boost, for a confidence boost. And
remember, when you're dating or you're married to a black woman, it's the whole family. You marry the whole family. The mother, the grandmother, the aunts, the kids. Now you're someone paying school fees for kids you don't fucking know.
It's another interesting topic. I must say I appreciate your love and support. Thank you so much for stopping by another episode of TikTok videos, and I'm so glad to share this video with you. It's a kind of uncomfortable topic again, but yeah, let's do this. Today we'll be looking at marrying, like black men marrying white women, and mostly it's when they're successful, it's when they do that. So what can we say about this, and what do they have to say about it? What are their reasons, and what do you think pushes them to do that? Before then, do not forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and also don't forget to leave your thought in the comment section. I appreciate your time. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the video.
Dear black men, I just want you to know that I fucking love you. If you don't believe in yourself today, I want you to know that I believe in you and that you matter.
Okay, so when black men who gain success, influential black men who gain success, like rappers for instance, and they date white women, it sends a message to black boys that black women are not good enough. We are only good enough to support them, to give birth to them, but we're not good enough to marry and share our wealth with. That's what black men are saying when they gain success. And it's showing self-hate, because if you don't love your own mother, you came from your mother, so you should look up to her and worship her as beautiful. But since you don't love your own mother, you're worshiping white women, and it sends a message of self-hate. That's what it sends. It sends a message of self-hate when so many black men who gain success all of a sudden switch. Black women should stop supporting men like this. Take your power back.
Sounds so interesting. What's your thought on this? Look at this too. White dads don't like this. Are you sure? Do white dads don't like their goals in relationship with black guys? Is that true? Okay. What's your experience on this? Have you ever gone through this, or what do you think?
So there was this white man on here, and he was talking about how rich black men do not like black women because they are independent, and that's why white women this and white women that and blase, they're submissive. And basically he was just saying independent, nobody wants an independent black woman. Nobody wants an independent woman in general. White women are submissive, and you know, that's why black men prefer them. I just want to say this. As a black woman, I feel like personally a white man shouldn't be speaking on shit that has nothing to do with him. But I also want to say this too. One of the reasons why black men gravitate towards white women is because of white men, and because of white beauty standards, and because of how slaves were treated way back in the day. The reason why some of these black men fuck with white women is because of internalized racism. See, you're talking about, well, rich men don't want an independent woman, and black men this and black men this. But the reality is this, though. A lot of black men just hate their features. They hate their skin tone. They hate their big lips. They hate how they look. So they get with a white woman to water down their DNA. Some of these black men truly don't see any good qualities in some of these white women. They only use them to produce mixed children named Jaden. Yeah, let's talk about it. And then the black men that specifically go for white women because they feel like white women are more submissive, they're weak, punk pussy ass men. They're punk pussy. They're pussy. They know that they can run over a white woman the way that they can't do a black woman. They know that they can manipulate and mold and change that bitch into whoever they want her to be. But a black woman's gonna stand on her shit. A black woman gonna say what she needs to say, whether you like it or not. A black woman gonna say how she feel. And I'm not talking about all of them all the time, no, because I know there are black women that have been in, you know, situations where men manipulated them, took advantage of them, blase, but a lot of us ain't going for that shit. Yeah, and the reason why we get our own money and we become independent is because a lot of these men leave the homes. You gotta be independent. Even if you in a relationship with somebody for many years, you gotta have your own money just in case that shit falls through. Because I'd be damned if I stay with a man for many, many years and then he leaves me and I have nothing. And now I'm broke, destitute, ain't got nothing to my name. The only thing I can say is, well, I was married to him. Nah, boo. Nah, I need my own shit.
If you're a white woman dating a black man, please stop scrolling and listen to me. If the black man that you're with, if his only reason for dating you is because he doesn't like black women, then you need to dump him like ASAP. He should only be with you because he thinks you're beautiful, not because...
This clip is a bit more shedding the light, but also it seems to be a bit more controversial because it's also
married a broke-ass black man.
This man,
Show me one rich white woman who has ever married a broke-ass black man. So this ain't about love.
So wealthy,
this is about agenda.
That's
number one. Number two, the black man wants the white woman to provide him with a degree of psychological validation.
Whenever a black guy is settled,
only a low self-esteem
financially,
would
they
marry a
run
white
to
female in
those
the first place
white
because you feel that if I can get the white man's woman, then maybe that makes me feel
all
a
these
little bit more
reasons
equal
you've
to the
heard.
white
So
man.
why is this?
Absolutely right. We're the gods. Most black men marry down in class when they marry these white women.
Okay.
You can't find a rich white woman who ever married a broke-ass black man.
Boy.
Show me one rich white woman who has ever married a broke-ass black man. So this ain't about love. This is about agenda.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, the black man wants the white woman to provide him with a degree of psychological validation. Only a low self-esteem having ass Negro would marry a white female in the first place because you feel that if I can get the white man's woman, then maybe that makes me feel a little bit more equal to the white man. And then thirdly, you're absolutely right. We're the gods. We are the first man. So naturally, white women are going to be attracted to us because we are the original man. Everyone is attracted to melanin. It is liquid gold. But you have to love your liquid gold enough to say that y'all have misogynized us enough. Y'all have blended us and crossbred us enough. And I'm not going to continue to perpetuate that evil. This melanin is going to go into another melanin. We trying to make black blacker, not black whiter.
Wow. How do you find those statements? Do they make sense to you, or leave your thoughts, please. Let's interact in the comment section.
And I know this to be true because I once had a conversation like this online, and a white woman DM'd me and was like, I've been married to my black husband for like over 10 years and he constantly berates black women to me. And she was like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I don't think he loves me. I think he loves what I represent in whiteness socially. And the way I just swiped it back to unread because I said, child. What's so interesting is I'm sure there were times that you were presented with glimmers of that before, but because it never harmed you, you didn't care to pay it any attention. You don't just wake up after 10 years and be like, I think he hates black women. No. You've seen that from early. But because you are the prize, you are the token in this scenario, you were willing to act unaware. That's not for me to unpack because not only do I not have time for you, I defo don't have time for you.
People hate white women and black men together.
Go watch the video for context, but I'm going to talk about the little snippet I stitched. There are many factors at play as to why people don't like black men and white women being in relationships, but I'm going to speak about black women. The truth is, the majority of black women don't care if black men and white women are in relationships. The issue is that people in said relationship can't stop talking about us to justify the reason of being together. Some black men have said that black women are fat, have attitudes, and have multiple baby daddies. But then they turn around and date white women with those same negative attributes. Literally the same thing, just the colors change. Some white women have mocked our natural features and our style, but then they turn around and get plastic surgery to get those features and appropriate our style to attract black men. And the gag is sometimes they do it to profit for themselves. The bottom line is black women don't care, but keep us out your mouth when you do. Also, misogynoir is a real word.
Let's finish this clip. I want to hear this from a man perspective, and I think you'll see.
There's so many black men that have been so brainwashed by Western beauty standards, all this. It's such cool mentality.
I've heard some of your friends say, like, oh, just white girls are easy.
Man, I hear this, yeah, but like, I don't see it. I've never dated a white girl. But I've never dated because I feel like, people say, oh, it's so easy, but I'm just like, How is it easy to get to know someone that's not your culture? I would love to be able to experience other cultures and actually date a woman that's not black, but I personally don't know how to. I wouldn't say it's easy because I wouldn't even know what to say to you.
Yeah, could it be that people do things for many different reasons? Let's finish this clip because this man is giving his, let me say, genuine reason in court. I don't know if it's genuine, but also, yeah, I think it's genuine.
Think about it. Actually true. White people, they help you with your wedding. The parents are going to put money into your wedding. We're going to pay for the wedding. How many black parents you ever heard that we're going to pay for your wedding?
This sounds so interesting. Let's listen to a different perspective of it. Enjoy the clip. Also leave your thought in the comment section. Thank you.
The white women are like throwing a fit because their men are oppressing them. Not only that, 9 times out of 10, she has a father that she's getting an inheritance from. They has a life insurance policy. No matter what, she can throw men away. She's still going to be set. She has a police department.
The majority of black men don't date or marry black women. Absurd, I know, of a question, but let me give you some backstory of why I asked him that. So, I'm from Ohio, and I'm from the capital where there is a decent population of black people. My parents wanted me and my brother to have like a more simpler life or whatever, so they ended up moving us from the capital to a small city outside the capital where there was barely any black people. I often talk about on this app that growing up I did not have a lot of black friends, and this is why. So in this city that I grew up in, I want to say about 75 to 80% of the black men in my city only dated white women. Only dated white women. In fact, I did not see a couple that was a black on black couple my age, honestly, until I left that city. Like the black men that were in my city openly and loudly bashed black women unprovoked on a regular basis. So much so that it was an everyday thing. Not only did they bash black women, but they also brought in their white friends to also bash black women. And when I kid you not, it was bad to the point to where I just chose not to have black male friends because I did not want to hear that on a regular basis. So I remember this day like it was no other. I remember I was at church and I was chilling with one of my friends who was black and then another guy who was a grown-ass man. Keep in mind, I'm 14, this is a grown-ass man. And they're both making fun of me for the fact that I like black women, because that was my preference. They're making fun of me, telling me that I'm going to have monkeys for kids, all that shit. The guy that was the adult ended up telling me, he said, you know what, you're not a real black man. I said, what do you mean I'm not a real black man? He said, you won't be a real black man until you stop dating black women and you only go for white women. Because it didn't make sense that I'm not a real black man because my preference was black women. So after church, I go home and me and my dad are just sitting on the couch talking about whatever. And I asked my dad a question. I said, Dad, why is it that most black men only date white women? And my dad looks at me, he's confused as hell. He's like, what are you talking about? And I told him the conversation. He looks at me, he's like, no, son, that's not the case. That's just this city. In the world, majority of black men like black women. And it wasn't until I left that city and I realized that my dad was right. The majority of black men do love black women. It's just that the ones who don't are just loud and wrong all the goddamn time.
As a black woman who spent the majority of her upbringing in spaces that look like that, I can tell you that those spaces have too many men and women who look like me, who also have a lot of negative stereotypes that they have bought into and believe about other people that look like me. So they distance themselves from other people that look like me so that they make sure that it doesn't reflect badly upon them. And this definitely shows up in their life and in their relationships. All right, y'all. Have a good one.
But last night it's mad, because do you know that there are white women who love black men but hate black women?
Yeah.
That's honestly, bro. That's a mad separation.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Like you can't love half my rate. What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So they love black men but they hate black.
Types of black men who do not like black girls. Let's go. By the way, disclaimer before all the Karens want to get in my comments, this is not a video looking for attention, looking for approval, or anything like that. This is a parody video just from my experience because I grew up around a lot of white people and I can kind of get this. Starting off strong, you have the Bass Pro hats. If he has a Bass Pro hat on, baby, you already know. Every boy growing up who would let the white boys say the N-word had this hat on. Just saying. Country club black men. Let me just get into this. So growing up in a predominantly white area, growing up in private school, I would encounter a lot of these type of black people. Normally, they don't see as black women as being very classy or fitting their lifestyle. And a lot of times they view dating white women as a form of elevation. Obviously, these aren't always going to be the case, but I've literally heard them say some of these things. And I also did grow up with 2 older black brothers, so yeah. Last but not least, you have alternative black guys, and I think these are probably some of the worst people on terms of colorism, how they view black women, etc. Now, obviously, it's not every single person, but like just even being in college, the people that have literally said, I will never date a black girl, have been the skatier black boys, the alternative black boys, etc., whatever you call it. They have this idea that like black girls just don't fit that aesthetic. And even some of them, like I would consider my friends. I was sitting at a table with a lot of them and they were like, I don't date black women. I just don't. Another disclaimer, everybody is literally entitled to feel and love whoever they want to love. If that is your preference, then so be it. This is just experience from me living in these areas, being around these people, and being the palatable black girl that they can just, express these feelings.
Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time. Don't forget to subscribe if you've watched to this extent. Also, don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section. Bye for now. Thank you.